Before we begin, let's get some orientation. The location is some 35 kilometres to the west of Zurich and on one of the busiest rail routes in the country. We look at the section between Rupperswil in the east and Oensingen in the west. This section is the Central Main Line, owing its roots to the Swiss Central and North East Railway companies of the mid-1850s. A number of locations are visited as shown here, with Olten station being our main focus. We begin on the eastern section at Rupperswil. We'll also call into Aarau and Däniken with some older material just for completeness, before moving on to the area around Olten. Rupperswil lies on the junction with lines from Aarau to Brugg and onwards to Lenzburg. Heading west we see RE66 loco number 620017. A highlight is the frequent jail train conveying prisoners between Bern and Basendorf near Zurich, seen here with RE44 electric number 11159 in charge. Looking good in its retro colour scheme is number 11387. The loco is now owned by International Rolling Stock Investment Company. It was handed over by SBB on the 19th of May 2020 in these colours, representing the livery of the Rheingold Express that used to operate between Amsterdam and Basel in the early 1960s. Another colour scheme, this time 460019 in advertising livery, working the 1333 from Bern to Zurich service. There's a train every couple of minutes on this 4-track line that runs west towards Aarau and Olten. This is a good line to see Class 460 locomotives. Heading towards the camera is RE442, number 420252. Four minutes later and two sister machines follow in its wake, with a freight bound for Zurich's Limmatal yard. The station here serves a small community with a population of around 6,000 people. Südostbahn are relative newcomers to this line, using their Class 526 units on services between Basel and Chur. Freight services through here can be as many as 6 per hour. This one has 20,000 horsepower available as it heads east behind 620-010 and 074. (620-088) has been waiting patiently for a clear route with a trainload of fuel from Karnau to Zurich. Our final train here is headed by 420-280. Just a kilometre to the west, the tracks run through a forest. Here 11248 heads east. Five minutes later and 420-307 follows with a train of cement empties. French TGV sets numbers 4730 and 4722 are seen on this Paris to Zurich working. We now call into Aarau and Däniken stations, which we've visited before and included in previous editions of European Railway programmes. For completeness, here we have a couple of scenes taken at each location. This whole route to and from Olten is now a 4-track main line, after extensive rebuilding which was completed at the end of 2020. Exiting the tunnel just west of Aarau station platforms is 460088 on a service bound for Zurich. This line, to a point just west of the station, was constructed by the Swiss North Eastern Railway and opened on the 15th of May 1858. Here it joined with tracks built by the Central Bahn, with a connection onwards to Olten and beyond. 450, 112 and 025 head west with a commuter run from Zurich. Turning to Däniken station now, which has been modernised since these pictures were taken, we see 482, 012 and 011 slowing with an eastbound freight. The section east of here to Aarau was once 2-track, but has now had 2 additional lines added under the recent modernisation programme. 11146 on a semi-fast working is passed by 460035.